Hi folks, and welcome to the Racer Report here in the Murray State weight room today, where the racers get bigger, stronger, and faster. And they needed all of that Saturday on homecoming when they found themselves down, and they came back and scored the last 19 points of the game to get a big victory over Eastern Illinois on homecoming day. Great highlights with Coach Hatcher, and the Racer Report begins right now. Hi folks, and welcome to the Racer Report with head coach Chris Hatcher. What a homecoming it was as the Racers scored a 36-27 victory on a beautiful sun-splashed day at Roy Stewart Stadium. And you know what? It was one of the best comebacks I've ever seen out of a Murray State team. They were down by 10 points, ended up scoring the last 19 points of the ball game. The late score by Mike Harris, who had 4 touchdown runs, and then there was another touchdown that sealed it there late as the Racers get the big victory. They've evened their record in the OVC at 2-2, and afterwards, talking with some of the players, they had it all the way.
It was a big game, but I'm not really into myself. I like to thank the big boys up front and the quarterback, because without them, there's no play, So I just like to give my hats off to them and being ready whenever my number was called.
And that big Racer win will take us into the open week this week, but we want to make sure that you've got October 29th on your calendar. That's the next game for the Racers at Roy Stewart Stadium, and it's a 1 o'clock kickoff as the Racers will get back to action a week from Saturday. Well, welcome to the Racer Report with head coach Chris Hatcher. Dave Winder with you, and we've moved our show this week into a place where there's a lot of sweating going on, and that's in the Murray State weight room where the players do a lot of work, not only in season but off season as well. And Coach, big win for the Racers on Saturday, and to score 19 straight points to win the ball game, that's like a rescue job there, wasn't it?
It really was. It was a great atmosphere. Of course, homecoming is very special at all institutions, but I've come to find at Murray State it's a little more special. It's a great event. Get a lot of alums back. For us to play well there in the fourth quarter, and as we talked before the show, still a victory out of the jaws of defeat. It was very gratifying to see our team play well late in the ball game, to find a way to make it happen. So I'm really excited about their progress, and this is the first time since I've been the coach that all 3 phases really wasn't clicking, but we still found a way to get the job done when the day was over.
Well, it was a fantastic day. It all ended up very, very well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights and roll them as the Racers won this ball game by the score 36-27. This was for the Racers the big homecoming day. And Coach, we're going to take it from the top as both teams scored on their first drive.
Yeah, we came out and played really well on the first drive. I was real pleased. We were kind of firing on all cylinders. Hanibal Beauford here, number 1, a good screen pass, great run. He had a tremendous night on the evening. Here's a little double pass that we threw. Mike Harris got back in the lineup, and good to see him back at full speed. To Walter Powell, the halfback pass, which is a homecoming tradition, I was told from a long time ago.
Yeah, if it had let him a little bit more, it probably would have been a touchdown, but the Racers do get in the end zone. Talk about Brockman's escapability here.
Yeah, he does a really good job extending plays with his feet. He did a good job throwing it away, but were called for defensive holding. We run behind the line. Great block by our left side, especially Harris Biven, our sophomore center, his first start of the season. He got a big pancake block there, and we go up 7-0, and things are looking good for us.
Yeah, that was with 11:37 to go in the first quarter, just getting underway. And then Eastern Illinois, a team that came in 0-4, but these guys have been champions before, and that record has nothing to do with how good a football team they've got.
No, we talked all week about, their record was not indicative of how well they've been playing all season. They've been in a lot of close games, and we didn't do a real good job on third down, especially early in the game. We would play good on first, second down, third down. They would make a play. And here, Kylie, boy, this would drive you nuts. We got 2 guys in the end zone, and they end up
And they're looking at each other like, what happened? We had that one.
That was kind of a little showboating act. I thought maybe he could have been flagged for that, but the score's tied 7-7. We just got to make those plays, Dave.
And that's what the score was at the end of the first quarter. Now we're into the second quarter, and the Racers coming on here, and we got flagged for a roughing the passer here, Coach.
Yeah, if you really see it in slow-mo, that play, that was Darrell Davis. Great hit on the quarterback.
It was a clean hit.
Clean hit. Yeah, you know, there's no other way to coach him, but that was a third down play, and they end up getting the first down, and they take advantage of it here. Dontrell Johnson had gone out the previous play with an injury. We put Dwayne Brady back there, who come to find out was not healthy, and but that was our fault. We put him in a bad position. They get a big play, but we do come up. Jeremy Brackett blocks the PAT here. Darrell Davis picks it up, trying to get us 2 points, but that 1 point there really came into play as the game wore on.
Yeah, we'll see that as we go. The Racers trailed 13-7 instead of 14-7. Now we're going to move ahead to 3:30 before half. Harris got him for 11 yards. Then here he goes again, a nice 22-yard run.
Yeah, we were running the ball good, and that's something we went in the game thinking we could do. And here we run our little counter play, and Mike hits it downfield, makes a great run, and all of a sudden we're back in business. And that was a really impressive job by our offense. But we had great field position throughout the first half.
Yeah, and winning the field position battle. Racers up 14-13. Now we're with 2:31 to go before the half. Here's the kickoff, and this one was a little scary as Woodson got it out to the 39-yard line. But then you guys eventually gave up another touchdown, though, and it was an impressive drive for Eastern Illinois.
Yeah, that was our worst kickoff coverage of the evening. We really played well, and here on a third down play, we're in two-man. We had the guy double teamed, and their receiver makes a really good play, and they punch it in, which was very unfortunate because we had taken the lead 14-13 and really thought that would be the way we would go in at half. But they kick a short kickoff. We do a really nice job of fielding. We fielded there, and we're going on our 2-minute drive. Good throw and catch there to Ja-vonta Trotter. We just missed him for a touchdown.
Just off his fingertips.
Yeah, we get down there, and we only got 6 seconds left. Keenan Cullen comes in and boots it in. Every point was big during the course of this game.
Certainly was, and Keenan on that field goal became the all-time leader in career field goals at Murray State with his 50th. Surpassing the great Paul Hickard, who kicked for Frank Beamer here in the mid and late 1980s. Well, we're through the first half here. Racers down just 20-17. We're going to take another break here with head coach Chris Hatcher on the Racer Report. We'll come back and show you the second half in just a moment.
Basically, it's about I'm good.
Be honest here, man.
Fuck it. I'm good.
My bad. I'm good.
I'm the man! I'm good.
Ready? No.
Men can take anything.
I'm good.
Except the taste of Diet Cola. Until now, Pepsi Max, the first Diet Cola for men.
This is good.
New Wave Advantage number 17, the area's fastest internet. This is Nicole. She wants to watch her favorite YouTube video. Not so fast, Nicole. Her slow DSL connection means downloading takes forever. Nicole's tired of waiting, so she's switching to New Wave. New Wave has the area's fastest internet, up to 10 times faster than DSL. Now Nicole can surf, download photos, and stream videos faster than ever before, without the wait. Thanks to New Wave. Blazing fast internet. Another New Wave Advantage. Call today.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
For more than 30 years, the NCAA Division I Football Championship Subdivision has helped athletes achieve their dreams. The dream of playing football and hearing the home crowd cheer time after time. The dream of competing for a national championship. The dream of an excellent education. The dream of becoming a leader. And the dream of playing the right way with sportsmanship. NCAA Division I football, it's not a dream. Come see for yourself.
Hi folks, and welcome back to the Racer Report with head coach Chris Hatcher. We're going to roll the second half highlights here and watch a great Racer comeback on homecoming day. But first, there was a hole dug, right? What would you say about that? It was at the start here, you got them stopped, but then on their second drive, Eastern scored to go up 27-17.
Yeah, we actually did a nice job of stopping them, and we couldn't do anything with the ball offensively, which was disappointing. And they come out and they do a good job executing the fake punt on us. Get a first down, big run here by their quarterback. Get a good job there getting him down. I believe that's Darius Buck. But they come down and they score and they take it to us, and all of a sudden we're down 27-17.
Well, and the Racers, you mentioned, we're struggling offensively. Here's a carry for Harris. He got 1 yard out of it, and lucky he didn't lose a lot more. But it just seemed like there for most of the third quarter, we were just missing a little bit. And you really thought at a point there, we still got a lot of time left, but it just seemed like we were dead in the water.
Yeah, that was a 3rd and 1 play, and it didn't work out like we wanted. We just missed Walter Power for a touchdown pass, and Keenan had been kicking the ball so well, and that one he hit off the side of his foot. So we're kind of losing the battle of field position. We're down 10 points. Here they convert again on a 3rd down play, but we do force them to kick a field goal. We bow up, and they pull it a little left. And that was the turning point of the ball game.
Certainly was. Now you're going to see new life back in the Racers, and here we go. What a great comeback.
It really was. This was a good drive here. That was Dexter Durrani, a guy that we have to get the ball more to. He's a solid football player for us. Here we get a little trickery, a little throwback screen. A great run by Hanibal Beauford. Good blocking downfield. Unfortunately, this play gets called back for illegal formation.
And what was the illegal?
Well, we didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage. Yep. And here's a 3rd down and 12 play to Ja-vonta Trotter. They bring the all-out blitz. Casey sees it. He hits him up coming across the middle. Awesome job there by him. And then Mike Harris is able to punch it in. And I believe, Dave, that was an 18-play drive that we overcame multiple penalties and different things, and we really executed well. Now we're only down 3. Good coverage here by Dontrell Johnson. You know,
he was out there on an island, wasn't he?
Yeah, we put him in some tough situations. And here's a good stop. It's hard for me to tell who all's in there, but a bunch of guys are making plays. We've changed the field position at this time. We forced them to punt. Here we get a good return by Dontrell. Every yard is huge.
Well, it was a 10-yard return, but that was a huge 10 yards.
Oh, no doubt about it, because there's only a couple minutes, I think right around 2.5 minutes to go in the game. We're down by 3.
The drive starts with 3:06 to go, and you're down by 3.
Yep, here's a big 2nd down throw to Walter Powell. Again, Casey does a great job extending the play with his feet. The freshman, Navarre Griffin.
What a big play that was.
Yeah, he's a good screen runner. And then I believe this was the play of the game. For us, a good little hitch and go to Trotter, takes the big hit.
He knew he was going to get popped. He knew it, and he held on to it.
That was a big one, and then all of a sudden we get them to jump off sides, and we hit Hanibal Beauford on the go route for the go-ahead touchdown, and it was a really good play, good execution by our offense.
That was wonderful. So that happened with 1:28 to go, and then to seal it, well, how about a little quarterback sack and a fumble just to put a cap on it?
Yeah, we finally got pressure on the quarterback. That was Kevin Robinson. Forced the fumble, recovered it. Good push by the entire defensive line. Jamal Crook made a good play on the other side to keep the quarterback from being able to be flushed out of the pocket. And then on 4th down, as we're trying to run the clock out, Mike Harris makes a great run to end the scoring on the night. And all of a sudden, I tell you, there was a lot of happy Racers over there,
sure
and it was a well-deserved victory by our football team.
36-27, the Racers score the last 19 to get the victory, and we're going to talk with Coach about it some more after this break and hear from some of the guys after the big victory. You're watching the Racer Report with head coach Chris Hatcher. More coming up in just a moment.
There's a new
unstoppable force in the universe of internet speed. Introducing Warp Wave, the next generation of high-speed internet, brought to you by the masters of internet service. New wave communications with speeds up to 50 megs. Warp Wave takes you faster than you've ever thought possible. Be the most feared online gamer in the galaxy. Stream video with no deep space delay. Download at speeds light years ahead of the competition. Call today and surf at warp speed with the fastest internet, period.
Murray State University's award-winning student-produced newspaper is online. TheNews.org is your hotspot for national news, coverage of events in the Western Kentucky region, and all things Murray State. Winner of the Kentucky Press Association First Place Best News Story and Second Place Best Special Section, TheNews.org features something for everyone, including breaking news updates, daily videos, live Racer basketball updates during the games, entertainment news, and blogs. The Murray State News arrives every Friday, and on TheNews.org you can stay up to date 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. TheNews.org, the official website of the Murray State News.
It's the in-your-face defense.
Oh, no, it's a high-powered offense.
It's the defense, Dad.
It's the offense, Mel.
And I thought it was the tailgating.
Whatever your reason for coming to Stewart Stadium this fall, the defense, the offense, or the tailgating, be certain to join the Racers for their next home game.
I'm Chris Hatcher, and I want to see you here at Stewart Stadium this Saturday when we host Eastern Kentucky.
Hey Racer fans, don't forget to check out the home of Murray State Athletics. That's GoRacers.com. We put up tons of video every week. You can see the Monday press conference with Coach Hatcher, all kinds of stats and photos and stories about all of Murray State's teams. Check it out today at GoRacers.com. We're back here in the weight room at Stewart Stadium as the Racers are coming off the big 36-27 win over Eastern Illinois. We had a chance to catch up with some of the Racer players afterwards, and here's that interview. And here in the Racer, outside the Racer locker room on the Racer Report after the Racers scored this tremendous win, 19 straight points to end the game. Hanibal, Beauford, Ja-vonta, Trotter, and Casey Brockman here. Let's start with Hanibal here. Anybody happier than you were when that fumble was caused and the Racers got the ball back to seal the victory?
I heard the crowd, so the crowd part got me. So, but I was pretty happy because we really needed that in the game off right.
Well, a big win for the Racers as they find a way to win. You guys didn't play all that great all day, but when it counted, you guys got it done.
Yeah, the first half was kind of slow. You know, like I'm pretty sure everybody's seeing it, like lows and drop passes and missed assignments. But halftime, we went in the huddle. To the locker room and huddled up and, had a one-on-one talk with everybody and focused and executed, basically.
All right, good job, Hanibal. Let me move over here to Ja-vonta. I think the last I saw you had 7 catches, 91 yards. Man, what a comeback! I'm still kind of speechless of what I saw today.
It was a big game, but not really into myself. I like to thank the big boys up front and the quarterback because without them, there's no play. So I just like to give my hats off to them and being ready whenever my number was called.
Well, tell me what happened there late in the game. They missed a field goal. That seemed to turn the whole game around.
They missed the field goal. Like special teams, bigger than offense, defense, everything to me. And big special team play for us, and we got the ball back, and we just went out there and did our job. We practice every day. Well,
congratulations, Ja-vonta, Trotter, and I'll move on here to Casey Brockman, who was also named the homecoming king today. But the win, what a victory! Keeps you guys on track to win out, which you'd be 8-3. And it's just another game that you guys found a way to get it done today.
Yeah, you just said it best. We just found a way to win. Nobody, I'm sure the defense will tell you they didn't play their best. We didn't play our best offensively, and we just found a way to win there late. And that's what teams that are trying to make the playoffs and I guess good teams need to do is find ways to win. And we did that fortunately tonight.
Did you think the defense kind of sparked you there? Because they got 2 huge stops, and then you guys found something on offense. What was it?
I think we just got into our tempos, and those stops that the defense had were huge. I'm sure they'll tell you they struggled early on in the game, but those stops late in the fourth quarter were huge, and we just kind of found our tempo offensively, scored, and then the defense causing a fumble right there was big, and we could kind of milk the clock and let the game run out, which was which was a sigh of relief, I'm sure, for all the fans and us.
Well, you can see the smiling faces on Brockman and Trotter and Beauford there. Great win for the Racers. And, Coach, I wanted to go back to the last touchdown where Harris scored. You were running the clock down. I got the feeling that Eastern Illinois thought you were going to take a penalty there because when you snapped it, it almost looked like they were surprised that you guys ran the play. What do you think about that?
Maybe so. I think either that or they thought maybe we were going to throw the ball. But, you know, I don't like to take a timeout because you lose 3 or 4 seconds in that transition. Right. So we milked it all the way down, snapped it with 1 second on the clock. We ran a sweep to the left, so I knew it would take a few, extra seconds off, and then we would pin them back deep. I wasn't going to kick a field goal. We're only up 3 at the time.
That's why we were saying there could be a lot of things go wrong with a field goal.
Our kicking game in that area hadn't been the best, but Mike made a great play, ended up sealing the deal with the big win. But the worst case scenario at that point, I told the defense staff, hey, they'll have time to run 1, maybe 2 plays, and you felt like with that far to go that the game was ours.
Well, it certainly was. The Racers won at 36-27. We're going to take another break here from the Murray State Weight Room on the Racer Report with Chris Hatcher. Come back and take a look at the OVC standings.
Roof Brothers, a Paducah tradition for 100 years. Roof Brothers, locally owned, family run. Roof Brothers, the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits found anywhere. Roof Brothers, service from selecting that special beverage for that special occasion to a keg party at the lake. Roof Brothers, 2 locations to serve you. Roof Brothers, proud supporters of Murray State Athletics.
There's a new, unstoppable force in the universe of internet speed. Introducing Warp Wave, the next generation of high-speed internet, brought to you by the masters of internet service. New wave communications with speeds up to 50 megs. Warp Wave takes you faster than you ever thought possible. Be the most feared online gamer in the galaxy. Stream video with no deep space delay. Download at speeds light years ahead of the competition. Call today and surf at warp speed with the fastest internet, period.
Explora un nuevo mundo.
여러 가지 경험들을 많이 체험하세요.
आइए और अपना जहां खुद बनाइए.
تشالوتشن وكوسانغا.
عالم جدير بالاكتشافات.
Entdecke deine Welt.
Poświat do odkrycia.
Dünyanızı keşfedin.
Changzhou lấy đích未来.
Feresve velünk a világot.
Tất cả những điều tốt đẹp nhất đang chờ đón bạn.
Dunia Anda untuk dijelajahi. 探索你的世界.
Murray State University, your world to explore.
Basically, it's about symmetry. I'm good.
Be honest here, man.
Fuck it. I'm good.
My bad. I'm good.
I'm the man!
I'm good. Ready? No!
Men can take anything.
I'm good.
Except the taste of Diet Cola. Until now, Pepsi Max, the first Diet Cola for men.
This is good.
Hi, folks. Welcome back to the Racer Report with head coach Chris Hatcher. And what a win it was for the Racers. Coach, you're sitting here now. You'd won 2 in a row, lost 2 in a row. Now you've won 2 in a row again. And sometimes you've got to win when you're not playing your best.
You do, and that's a mark of a good football team. It's the first time since I've been the coach where we didn't play particularly well the entire game, but we found a way to win. And I was real proud of our guys. They kept playing hard. They kept believing. And finally, there in the fourth quarter, things turned in our favor, and we got the momentum. And it was just a great day. I mean, what better way? That's 2 homecoming games in a row. That if people wasn't excited about our football program, they never will be.
Well, and a lot of them, that's the only game they come to all year because a lot of them come in out of town and they're thinking, "Wow, this homecoming stuff is a lot of fun." Well, let's take a look at the OVC standings, and the Racers still right in the hunt. And now there's a logjam there in the middle, Coach, with 3 teams at 2-2. Jacksonville's still on top at 4-0. They handled Austin Peay. But how about the upset? Tennessee State beating Tennessee Tech by 2, and that kind of jumbled things up a little bit too.
Well, I've said all along, I think our conference is pretty well balanced, and anything can happen on any given Saturday. You got rivalry games, and one team may not play well against another team. The matchups may not be as good. So the way things worked out this weekend, it really helped us out a lot. Of course, we control a lot of our own destiny, continuing to play hard and continuing to win. But we're looking forward. We got an off week coming up. Then we got a stretch with some very tough teams, and we can have a lot of say-so how this whole race plays out.
Absolutely, and the Racers still, we believe, can get into the playoffs if they win out as well. We're going to take one final break here from the weight room at Stewart Stadium with Coach Hatcher. We'll come back and wrap it up here on the Racer Report in just a moment.
It's the in-your-face defense.
Oh, no, it's a high-powered offense.
It's the defense, Dad.
It's the offense, Mel.
And I thought it was the tailgating.
Whatever your reason for coming to Stewart Stadium this fall, the defense, the offense, or the tailgating, be certain to join the Racers for their next home game.
I'm Chris Hatcher, and I want to see you here at Stewart Stadium this Saturday when we host Eastern Kentucky.
New Wave Advantage number 17, the area's fastest internet. This is Nicole. She wants to watch her favorite YouTube video. Not so fast, Nicole. Her slow DSL connection means downloading takes forever. Nicole's tired of waiting, so she's switching to New Wave. New Wave has the area's fastest internet, up to 10 times faster than DSL. Now Nicole can surf, download photos, and stream videos faster than ever before, without the wait. Thanks to New Wave. Blazing fast internet. Another New Wave Advantage. Call today.
Like the thoroughbreds we are named for, racers are spirited and proud. We have the heart and will to succeed, to go farther, learn more, and embrace wisdom. We are champions who take our place in the Murray State tradition. We are racers.
Hi, folks. We're back here to wrap things up on the Racer Report as the Murray State Racers won the homecoming game over Eastern Illinois, 36-27. Racers now 4-3 in the season. They've won 2 in a row, and they've evened up their OVC record at 2-2. And Coach, you know, you went into this game with 8 starters not able to play because of injury, and we've got an open week now. How is it all going to look a week from Saturday when we do get back and play Eastern Kentucky?
Well, the injuries have taken a toll on this football team, and fortunately for us, we've had a lot of guys step up. A lot of the backups have come in and played extremely well, which I've been real proud of those guys. You know, we actually had 9. Dwayne Brady went down early in the game with a leg injury, something that had been bothering him all week. We thought he could go. So, you know, we got a week to give extra preparation for the Eastern Kentucky game, but also we got a week to rest up mentally and physically for this stretch run of the season. It couldn't have come at a better time for our football team.
Well, you look when the season starts, and you always look at the open date, and you wonder what kind of shape is the team going to be when you get to it. We need some guys to get healed up.
We do, and you know, we're playing some guys out of position, but they're good team players and they're playing well. And then we need some other guys that we need them to step up their game as well. You know, we head into this off week on a high note. We've won 2 in a row. We had a great come from behind win against Eastern Illinois. It's the mindset, the feeling amongst the boys is always better after a win, especially during that open week. So we're looking forward to it. Again, it's a week we can tempo things down a little bit. Don't have to be in such a rush. The pressure on us to be ready to play isn't that great. But that next game will be here before we know it.
Yeah, you're right, Coach. All right, well, have a good off weekend.
Thank you, Dave.
Okay. Head Coach Chris Hatcher, Dave Winder here. We'll see you next time on the Racer Report. And as we leave you today, the voice of the Racers, Neil Bradley. He had a good homecoming too.
Racers out of the timeout. Brockman swing pass right side, setting up a halfback option. Harris throws, has his man. Powell catches, makes the man miss, but he's finally chased down from behind as he... One of the most sure-handed receivers the Racers have. Unusual. Up the middle. Harris across the 10, 5. He's high-stepping into the end zone for the touchdown. The Racers have tied the game at 13 with 2:39 to go.
10 seconds. Here's the play by the Racers. Left side, 25.
down to the 10, still on his feet, and into the end zone.